This is a messy kids room. Everything is thrown all over the place. First step is going to be, as always, your long duster. Dust the corners for cobwebs. Dust the blinds. Make sure you go behind the blinds and dust the top of that window ledge, and also dust that window sill. And when dusting your blinds, make sure you get both sides, front and back. And with your long duster, make sure you are also dusting the baseboards, and you're reaching behind the furniture, and you're reaching behind the headboard and dusting that baseboard behind the headboard and the nightstands. Also use your long duster to dust the ceiling fans. And here just dust one blade at a time. Make sure you get all the dust off of that ceiling fan. And you continue dusting the baseboards all around the room. And when you get to the door with grooves like this, just long dust the grooves and pick up the dust that collects inside of these grooves. And also dust the top of the door ledge, that also collects dust as well. And also the grooves of these doors, which are most likely closets. And also reach behind the headboard on the other side. And now the next step is going to be to tidy up the room. And here we'll start by straightening the bed. They did not leave out any fresh sheets, so we are not changing the linens. We are just going to straighten out the bed. And this customer does not have a top sheet, so we just go ahead and put on the comforter. And with the comforters, you always fold back the top part of the comforter and just expose a little part of that underside. This customer also has some pillowcases that are too big for the pillow. You just fold them inside just to give it that envelope shape. And you would place it neatly onto the bed with the flap side facing inwards. Just fluff the pillows. And also place the flap facing inwards. And here you just straighten the comforter. Just double check, make sure it's even. And next we'll just go around the whole room. As she looks around, she sees there's a lot of trash on the floor and clothes on the floor. We'll just go ahead and pick up and make neat piles of everything. So you just pick up the clothes and put them in one area where it seems the clothes are collecting. In this case, she has this laundry basket. We're just gonna pick up everything, all the clothes on the floors and put it into that basket. And we'll just pick up trash throughout the room. There's some empty bottles of water, some candy wrappers everywhere. We're just gonna pick all of that up and collect it all in one area. Alternatively, you could have a trash bag for this pot and be collecting all of this trash into a trash bag. But all of this is gonna go by the trash can. I'll just leave it right there. And in picking up, she discovers there's some extra pillows, extra decorative pillows. There's also an iPad on the floor. You just pick up those things and put it at a place where it's most obvious, so they'll see it as soon as they walk into the room. There was a charger that was also on the floor that was picked up. And all that is just items you can collect and put in one area so it's not cluttering up the floor for you when you're ready to vacuum. These are just some shoes that you can collect and put in one area. So you'll just make a neat pile of everything that you will find in the room. Just try to make sense of it all. But everything just gets picked up, so you give yourself space to work. So all the shoes in one area, the clothes in one area, and the trash in one area. So with these decorative pillows, we don't know how this customer keeps them, so we'll just make the most sense out of it and make it as professional looking as we possibly can. So we just line them up neatly on the bed just to make it pleasing to the eye. And now that everything's picked up, we can move on to our dusting phase. And for this stage, you're going to need your orange cloth and the foam sprayer. Just spray some of that foam sprayer onto the cloth itself. And then you take another orange cloth and you don't spray anything on that. You leave it dry. And you put them on separate ends of the pocket. And this is a messy room, so you may need to take a blue rag for you to wipe any excess dirt that you may find on the furniture or quite possibly on the window sills and the window ledges. And you also put that in your pocket. So you take the one that you have sprayed with the all-purpose sprayer and you're going to start dusting the furniture. In this case, this customer has a headboard that it's a wooden frame and it has a leather panel in the middle, so you would dust that part. And just starting from one end of the room and working in a big circle. And this area is a pretty messy desk. Again, you just make a neat pile of everything and you move everything so you can dust and clean behind it. Here you can also make sure you wipe the light switches while you're there. So it's a constant adjusting of the items that are on that messy desk. So you're able to dust and clean underneath all of those items. And you make a neat pile of everything and just make it make sense. Again, without really drastically moving anything. And that iPad is put right in the middle there so the customer can see it as soon as they walk into their space. They won't be frantically looking for their iPad. It's right there for them to see. And here we're working around the TV, also with the same cloth that has been sprayed with the all-purpose sprayer. We're just dusting around the TV here. And then you will take your orange cloth that has not been sprayed with anything. It's still dry. You take that cloth and you would wipe the front of the TV screen. So you wipe the front of the TV screen with a dry orange cloth. This is a monthly client. Just dusting the front of that TV screen is not going to do the job. You need to wipe it with a dry cloth. Then you continue your dusting, and for this you'll be using the one that you would have already pre-treated with your all-purpose sprayer. Just taking time to move things to clean underneath and behind all those electronics. So everything is moved and she's able to dust the actual desk itself. And once everything is dusted, she will go ahead and set everything back. And just making sure all of those wires are properly secured away so the vacuum is not going to vacuum over those wires. And then we move on to the dresser, also using the same cloth that's already been sprayed with our foam sprayer. We're going to clean the frame of the mirror and the mirror itself. And here we'll just go ahead and carefully move the items that are on this dresser. Again, just striving to make a neat pile of everything. And this is one area where there's a stain and she needs to use the blue rag that's been sprayed with a bit of all-purpose cleaner to remove that stain. Working from left to right, and she's shifting all the items that are on that, and she's going ahead and dusting everything and moving things, constantly adjusting forward, back, left, right. It's another stain that she needs to wipe with the blue rag. So constantly moving things from one part that she's already cleaned to a part that has not been cleaned so she can clean that part. Again, everything is clean, so you're able to dust the piggy bank as well and move it to clean behind and underneath it. And if you can, you would want to close all of these doors. In this case, these doors are malfunctioning, so she's not able to close them, but she dust the front of those doors. Here she moves on to the window sill and the window ledges. She discovered when she was doing the dusting that there was a lot of buildup back there. And here she wants to go ahead and wet wipe the window ledges. So in these grooves, there's always dust and animal residue from insects like spiders that will collect in these areas from time to time. You will need to wipe these. So you have to keep an eye on these areas and make sure you do give them a good wipe down. This is a monthly customer, so this is something that is done every time that this house is cleaned, because after 4 weeks, there's surely a lot of dirt and buildup that collects in these areas. So this top part of the window ledge will get wiped down, and also the bottom part of the window sill will also get wiped down. These parts. And these parts can be very troublesome due to condensation. And if the customer likes to open their window a lot, you will also find that there is a lot of dust. And here we move on to the nightstand. Again, just making a neat pile of everything just to give yourself room and space to work. And there's another stain, and she'll be using the blue rag to pick up that stain that is on that nightstand. Again, this customer has white furniture, so stains will show easily. So you see how useful it is to have that blue rag that is sprayed with a bit of a heavier cleaner, just so it's easier for you to pick up that dirt while you're right there. And here you're just constantly shifting things from one part of the nightstand to the other part that has not yet been cleaned, so you can go ahead and clean that other side. She discovers there's more dirt on the floor. She picks up some more trash. And the next thing we'll do is just collect all that trash we collected in that area. And all of that is going to go into a trash bag. There was a remote that she discovered on the floor there. You definitely don't want to put important things like that in the trash. So you want to really just make sure that whatever you are putting in the trash truly is trash. Oftentimes you find some customers have the small trash bags. These ones, it's either the customer will give you a new trash bag to put in to replace these small bags. Otherwise, you'll just dump the trash into the big trash bag, and you would put back the same trash bag into the receptacle. So now that all the trash has been collected, you will be ready to vacuum. There should be nothing on the floor that should mess up your vacuum, and this will be the finished product. As you can see, it's a big difference. The floor is vacuumed. You have neat straight vacuum lines. You've made neat piles of everything. Everything has been dusted. and everything looks neat and organized.